I'm Alex from Wazmo, and in this video I'm going to be going over the Mel 9 from electro-harmonix. It's a very unique pedal that allows you to replicate the sound of a mellotron through your guitar. There's a couple different ways that you can go about using them. I'm going to go over how you can use it in a live setting alongside a distorted guitar tone, and I'm also going to go over how I used it to record the entire orchestra section for my cover of Iris. So if you're wanting to set this up for a live setting, there's two primary things you're going to need. Obviously the Mel 9 and an ABY splitter. This is so that you can get your proper distorted tone with all your effects through one channel and your Mel 9 setting through another channel without distorting or affecting the sound of the Mel 9. For me, I have this set up to two different amps. I have one end going, this is the input for my guitar, and this end is going to my Boss Katana, which is my distorted tone and all my guitar tones there. And then this Ibanez amp I have set to a clean channel, which the Mel 9 goes directly into, and that is essentially just my synth amp playing all of the orchestra sounds from the Mel 9. The Mel 9 does have, if you can see, a dry output as well. The only issue with using the dry output is when it's turned off, you're still getting a dry signal through the other amp, and it mixes really strangely with a distorted tone. It's not exactly ideal. The best solution I've found for this is having the ABY splitter as well. The other thing with the ABY splitter is you can set it like this, and when you do that, you're getting the tone from both amps at the exact same time. So you get your distorted tone and your Mel 9. But if you set it like this, you're getting just your Mel 9, and like this, you're just getting your guitar. So it gives you a lot of different options for how you want to play with it. Okay, so just to give you an overall example of the different settings, here's my tone just without the Mel 9, just going into my Katana. And then, if I hit this, switch it over. I currently have it set to the brass section. You can switch it over to orchestra. And then, if I flip the switch, so the next section I'm going to go over is how I go about recording with the Mel 9 and how you can take an entire orchestra section from a song and re-record it with the Mel 9. So the way I have it hooked up is pretty simple. I've just got my guitar plugged directly into it, and I take the affected output and I go right into my M audio device, just right into the input. Okay, so the first thing we're going to be doing is recording the lower section of this string part. You're not going to be able to play all of these strings at the same time on the guitar. There are too many crazy stretches and strange positions. So the best way to go about doing this is one string at a time. And doing so, you're going to get a much better, fuller sound for the orchestra anyways. I don't use the orchestra setting on the pedal for when I'm recording. I use the individual string setting or flute or clarinet or whatever fills out the section better. Usually just the strings though. I'm going to start with the lowest string here, and we record that like this. Next, we do the next line here. So, same thing, but on the D string higher up. Do that. going to go up to the B string. The B string is going. And you can see here it holds that 8, holds the 7, and then goes to the. Let's do that. Looking at it one more time. I'm going to move that 1 to that string there instead of going. It's just easier to hit. So let's do that. Cool. Now we have this. So you get a very full sounding orchestra already. Cool. On the very highest end we have 10, 9, 10. And that's it. It only does that first little section. It doesn't continue that one throughout here. The one that we just did probably would be that higher section in that second part. So all we need to do for that is that first little bit, which is just 10 and 9. Yeah. You could also, instead of just doing the strings there again, you can mute that, and if you wanted a little different sort of flavor, you could switch to maybe the flute setting. And record that for that section instead. Way to go about it if you feel. And aside from that, the only other note that we would be missing is in the second bar there's this here, and then 10, 9, 7, 5, which is so we'll do that one. Let's try that one with the saxophone. Let's hear that played on here for a second. Okay, let's try that one more time. That open note right there isn't held either, so it's really just a brief note. I'll actually start right here because that's where that recording actually begins. Try that again. lots of layers, which all adds up to... And that's how I go about recording strings on any song that I need strings on. Generally speaking, I add a bus to that layer as well, but that would be something for another video later on. If this video has helped you out in any way, or if you've gotten any ideas from this, leave a like below, and hit the subscribe button. I'll be putting out more videos like this in the future. If you have any questions, just leave a comment down below and I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. I hope I've covered most of what you would be wanting to see in this video, but I can always do a follow-up video to this if you have any other questions or other things that you want to see. For now, take it easy. Have a good one.